Final game of obviously Magic Round. It will be the 8th game to play against Suncorp. So let's hope the pitch has held up by the time you are listening to this. But it's the Eels, it's the Titans. The heads to head is similar. 12-11, the Eels are up. They've won 3 of their last 5. The Titans have won 3 of their last 5. They should have beat the Dolphins. They've won 2 of their last 5. It should be 3 of their last 5 because they should have beat the Dolphins. Points scored 188 to 222, and points conceded 199 to 188. So very, very similar. Baxter, let's jump straight into the Titans lineup. And unfortunately, the only Queensland team that loses a home game to Suncorp. Every other team gets an extra home game. They have to lose one of their home games and take it to Suncorp. So you've got Jaden Campbell, Cam Pereira, Brian Kelly, Jojo Fafita, Philip Sammy, Kieran Foran, Tanner Boyd, Moeka Fataki, Chris Randall, Big Tino, David Fafita, Joe Stimson, and Isaac Liu in the 13 with Cruz Lehman, Aaron Clark, Klesi Haas, and Joe Vuna on the bench with Keanu Keeney in the 18th. You've got Aaron Shoup, Tom Weaver, Thomas Micheletti, and Sam McIntyre to round out the extended bench. So on paper and by a name standpoint, mate, the Titans have a great squad. Let's be completely honest. Yes, they're young. They do have some experience, probably not as much experience as you'd like, but that obviously is a lineup that doesn't have AJ Brimson that is out, but you're in safe hands. You've got Jaden Campbell if you're a Titans fan. So, Baxter, what do you make of this squad? Obviously, they've shown they can leak points. They show they can score points. They've shown a bit of instability when it comes to holding a lead, so I don't know if I'd trust them around my dog, but what do you make of this side? You're on mute.
Look, if I had some dogs and some dog leagues, I wouldn't give it to a Gold Coast Titans player because, as you said, they can't hold the lead. So, it's an interesting one. They look pretty strong on paper and a little bit less strong on the field, but maybe, Jaden Campbell going back to fullback for AJ Brimson being injured will improve their defense and attack either side of the football. Foran and Boyd look good in the halves pairing. Probably the best Titans halves pairing being seen in a long time. Be an interesting game as they go up against the Parramatta Eels in Clint Gufferson in the fullback role, Micah Sevo and Hayes Dunster in the wing position, Will Penasini and Bailey Simerson, Dylan Brown, Mitch Moses in the halves, Werrod Greg and Junior Paulo in the forward position, Josh Hodgson will be the hooker, Sean Lane, Andrew Davey and Jaman Hopgod, the man that's going to play for Queensland this year at some point to round out the lock and back row. Bryce Carter having a party there. Brandon Hands, Ryan Madison, Jake Arthur to round out the interchange bench. Sean Russell, Matt Iduri and Jack Murchie to round out the 22-man extended team. My man to be dropped to New South Wales Cup, it looks like. So it's going to be a bit disappointing, obviously, with Hayes, Dunster, and Billy Simonson to be on that left side of the attack. So, good on paper, good on the park. So this will be a great game to round out Magic Round on Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute cracker. Obviously, like you said, unfortunate for Sean Russell, but it looks like, from all accounts and speaking to yourself, who is quite close with Big Shawnee, is he's going to play New South Wales Cup, so he will miss that trip up to Magic Round. So I don't think it's anything he's done wrong. I think it's more so just you've got these players back, and Sean obviously has to now earn his team spot back in his team, obviously with a lot of weeks off with that injury. But they played the Knights last week. What was that?
I said, I don't know how he can improve, mate. 7 games, 7 tries. I think that's the better.
Well, when half your tries come in one game, I think that's a bit of a concern.
No. He scored 3. That's less than half.
Almost half your tries.
Yeah, almost half his tries. But still, he's got a better strike ratio than most of these people on this squad. So, Freddie,
But you know what?
give me a
He
call.
doesn't have a better strike ratio than Michael Sivo at Combank Stadium. So that's one stat we're going to throw out there. The man's absolutely flying. He's got to try
Yeah, but you're not
again.
playing it. You're not playing it. You're not playing it.
How many tries has Sean Russell scored at Suncorp?
Uh,
Exactly. Keep it down.
yeah. Hold on.
Keep-
He's never played. He's never played at Suncorp.
So he hasn't scored there. So he's having an absolute shocker. He hasn't even been selected in a game at Suncorp. But
that's all right.
obviously,
Mike Casino's never scored a hat trick at
well,
Combank
we
Stadium.
do hope he does get back into this lineup. But again, this is a squad that absolutely tore apart Newcastle, took us all by surprise. But it was heavily based on Clint Gufferson, Dylan Brown, and Mitchell Moses having an absolute cracking game for this side. I think the most interesting talking point, and I'll get your thoughts on this as to, I guess, how it would be portrayed if it was, say, someone coming into your team from a personal perspective, but Andrew Davies signed 5 days ago to come back to the Eels and someone gets dropped for him. So does that ruin the morale of a team? Does it boost it because now you've got a better bench? Or is it kind of like, has Brett Arthur done a master stroke and said, hey, we need to fix this position. Let's replace it. Let's go right now, effective immediately. Let's go.
It depends on the type of players that you have at the club. You can get players that are a bit salty, that they've lost.
Zach Lomax.
Yeah, Zach Lomax. You could be a Zach Lomax and not take the news really, really good. You can be salty that a person that has only signed 5 days ago has now made the starting lineup. You could brace it with a pair of open arms and say, welcome to the club, makes it, if I'm like the likes of Ryan Madison, makes me want to work harder to get that spot back from Andrew Davey. Andrew Davey. So there's multiple things. It just depends on the. I think it is an area where Brett Arthur has identified as a key position to improve. They have and made the bench a little bit stronger.
Yeah, I was about to say that the bench looks absolutely unreal with Cartwright, Hand, Madison, and Makatoa on that bench. It's definitely scary. And it could be a way forward for the Eels if these players that start the game can tire out of defense, and then you have these big boys coming in, and every single time there's a sub, you're getting crunched, you're getting hit, you're getting pushed back. It will definitely lay the platform. So obviously Moses, Brown, and Gufferson to kick themselves into gear. So round out Magic Round. It's the last game. I will be up there watching it. I might be a little bit over football by the time it does get to this game, but we'll be there. We'll fly back Monday, and I'm going to finish the round. I'm going to fly back with an Eels 1-12 win.
Oh, well done. Because I've guessed the same thing. Because I have Eels concede an average of 37.6 points in Magic Round, but given that they come up against the Gold Coast Titans, I think that against the Gold Coast, they're averaging about 12.5 in the positive against the Gold Coast. So that's why I've gone Eagles 1-12.
Well, there's not too many differences. I'm sure it will be interesting. I'm sure some people will have disagreements with us. Some people will agree with us, but there were a few games here where it was a toss of the coin. I'll be quite honest. Even this was one of those games where I went, could go either way because we don't know what Parramatta side is going to rock up. But we've got an absolute cracking round of football coming up. It is coming all from Suncorp Stadium. Obviously, we'll be around. If you are up there, come over, say hi. If you're a Roosters fan, definitely jump on because we will be at the open training session on the Saturday. So come on down. Hopefully it's not 40 degrees so I can wear that Gone for 10 jumper and try and get some subscribers for us, Baxter.
Well, at the moment, the weather's looking like the tops are 24 on Friday, 25 Saturday, and 26 Sunday. So, mate, wear that jumper loud and proud. Maybe give it to one of the boys to wear to get a photo op. But, yeah.
But you know what? It sounds good. I might get a few photos with it on. I don't know if I'll give it away unless I might give it to Sam Walker, but it might be a bit too big on him. So we'll see how that one goes. But Baxter, thank you for joining me, mate. Obviously, we will touch base probably next Tuesday, given I don't get back till Monday. We'll touch base next Tuesday where we'll go through the reviews and we'll get the lineups up for next week. But until then, talk to you soon.
Peace.